Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another One Piece Market Watch update, guys, where we take a look over on eBay to see what shiny cardboard in the One Piece TCG is selling for a hot penny. You'll have to excuse the mess behind me. I am starting to move, so that's definitely going to be a whole thing. But yeah, take the background in, guys. We're going to get a new one. I'm going to paint the walls. Going to make it look nice, okay? Going to make it look nice. I might even start wearing a suit soon. Yeah, that's right. But in all seriousness, though, I've been taking a look at the cards we're going to review today, and I'm starting to see some interesting patterns that you're probably going to want to be aware of, especially if you're kind of new to the TCG. We're going to be looking at all of that and so much more. But before we get into it, guys, if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, that'd be super awesome. It really helps me out. And if you're thirsty for some gamer subs or maybe just want some Waifu Yeti merch, be sure to click the link down in the description below. Use code Theory or Papa to get 10% off your order. You know the drill. Gamer subs. All right, guys, without any further ado, let's get into the video. So, guys, today is August 11th, 2026, and as always, we like to start the video off with a banger of a card, and we've got the Treasure Cup Top 8 Zoro here selling for $4,000 USD. Look at that pop count, 470 total. This is from 2023, so I can't imagine there's many out there in the wild, but guys, beautiful card. When I first got into the One Piece TCG, this card confused the hell out of me because there were cards, obviously, with the with that like holographic stamp and stuff like that. I didn't really understand why there were so many different variations of cards, but Bandai just likes to do that. They just like to, you know, throw a little bit of holographic stuff here, some little stamps here. It's been an interesting ride, but anyways, $4,000, guys, pretty crazy card. All right, so next up, we've got the Treasure Rare Luffy from OPO8 selling for best accepted offer, which was, and it looks like it was $830 USD, so hey, not too bad. We keep seeing this card frequently pop up. Probably one of the better looking Treasure Rare cards, if you ask me. If you're unaware, Treasure Rares are actually really hard to get, one per case. Things, however, are starting to change from OP16 onward. If you also didn't know that, they seem to have changed things up with OP16 with their mapping, so we might not actually know how difficult it is to find Treasure Rares moving forward, but hey, we still know from OP15 prior that it's one per case, and after OP06. I know, it's a little confusing. We've also got this beautiful Sanji card, one of my favorite alt art Sanji cards out there. It's a Japanese one selling for $135 USD. Honestly, guys, hilarious moment in the manga, in the anime. It's just such a funny card. And it's beautiful too if you have it in person. So yeah, not too bad. And also, we are going to be reviewing a lot of cheaper cards in this video, and I'm going to warn you about what we were talking about earlier. We're going to get to that now in a minute. But I also wanted to show you that another Treasure Rare Luffy, in fact, there was 4 other Treasure Rare Luffys I came across that sold today. So not going to look at best accepted offer, just kind of wanted to highlight that for some reason, this card keeps getting bought out. It's food for thought. It's a beautiful card. All right, so next up, we've got the Santa Chopper from the Gift Collection 2023. Probably the most expensive, if not the most expensive card from that gift collection, sold for best accepted offer, which was $690 USD. So Christmas is around the corner, and I do have a theory. I think many of us have a theory that this card's probably going to go up in price the closer we get to Christmas. Makes a lot of sense. We don't have too many seasonal One Piece cards, so it is going to be interesting to watch out for this one. But hey, really nice card. Also, another Treasure Rare Luffy. Sorry, I meant to show that earlier, but yes, here is another one, but let's move on. All right, so this is kind of where I want to start warning people. So, obviously, if you're new to the One Piece TCG, there's a lot of misinformation, there's a lot of stuff to take in. But these here are secret rares, right? These are secret rare cards. They're not really that rare. Like, yes, they're hypothetically 1 per box, I think. But, like, I would not really deem them as rare cards. And we do have an influx of these type of cards where they're like the lower rarity levels, where people are still grading them and still trying to sell them at a premium, when I personally just don't really think it's worth the chase. Now, at the end of the day, it's up to you what you want to do with your money and what cards you want to collect. Okay, so 130 point is not showing me this one, but, you know, $190, this is not worth it for this card at all. And I just kind of wanted to highlight that real quick because some people out there might think it's like a gold card, similar like Pokemon. Yes, it is gold looking, but it is not rare. Moving on, we've got another card here. This is a basic leader card from OP15, okay? Selling for $120 USD, guys. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Why are people buying this? This is a very common card. If you bought a box of OP15, I guarantee you most likely pulled this card. I don't really know. I don't really know what to think about it. If you ask me, I think a lot of people out there are just trying to get a premium on every card they can. It's not rare. Just wanted to highlight that. just like we got right here. We have got a regular looking Luffy selling for $200 USD. Like, what are we doing here, guys? What's going on here? Just got to be careful, folks. There's a lot of cards out there that are not worth what you think they are. Moving on, we've got a Dodgers Luffy card here selling for $2,075 USD. Now, besides the controversy behind the Dodgers cards themselves and how people got them, etc., they are pretty cool looking cards. And if you're an LA Dodgers fan or a sports fan or a baseball fan, I just think even if this isn't your favorite team, this is a great card to have. All right, so here's another card we don't see too often. It is a Store Treasure Cup Ace card selling for best accepted offer, which was $306 USD, and I'm really shocked by the pop count, but this was a promo that came out this year, or a Treasure Cup card, sorry. So I suppose I shouldn't be too shocked. However, as we always know, Treasure Cup cards, they are pretty rare. They're hard to come by. You got to win them at tournaments. That's what makes them scarce. Now, this is another card that I don't feel is brought up too often, but this is the first illustration box promo card from the illustration box series, and it sold for $168 USD, which is honestly pretty decent. But like the total PSA count is 253 submitted and 229 PSA 10s since 2025. Now, these illustration boxes are really hard to get. They're really expensive because obviously they're scarce now. They're not reprinting them. But overall, I think it's a pretty cool card, and honestly, I've never seen this card before in the wild. So I would say it's a little rare, to be honest with you. All right, so next up, we have got the VV SP from EBO3. Super gorgeous looking SP. Personally, I have none of these SPs. I really don't have any cards from the set, to be honest with you, besides like maybe one. But these SPs are fantastic. They're very expensive. And with the release of EBO... Is it EBO 5? I think they said is going to be another waifu set. Either way, I wonder if they're going to continue this design or they're maybe going to make a new thing. But either way, really nice cards. And it sold for $840, so $10 off. Lucky person. We've also got a manga event card here. This is the Lightning Dragon from OP15 selling for best accepted offer, which was $265. Really cool card. I'm personally collecting all the manga event cards. And guys, if you can't afford the mangas, just like the higher grade manga cards, I really recommend putting some money into these cards. They're absolutely gorgeous. They look fantastic displayed on your shelf. They're great in a binder, but most importantly, they are just iconic looking. They're pretty, they're shiny, and yeah, they're definitely worth the money. But let's move on. We got this really cool abstract SP Ace from OP08 selling for best accepted offer. All right, and 130 point does not want to tell me, so we're just going to assume it's below $500 USD. These type of cards are super awesome. Probably one of the best looking SPs, if you ask me. It's got a full body art shot of the characters. The backgrounds are unique. Really, really pretty to look at. All right, so next up, we've got some round one promos finally in their PSA 10 cases. This sold for $354. Obviously a low pop count because this only came out a few weeks ago. You know, we don't have round one in Canada, I don't think. I didn't even know what round one was till this promo came out. I think it's cool that, you know, Bandai is doing these collaborations, and I think the cards, even if you don't care about round one, are really neat. I really like the Nami one because I love playing pool, and I love that it's a pool-related card. But overall, their promos, they're nice. You had to be there to get it, and yeah, I think this is a decent buy. We've also got the iconic first anniversary set Nami selling for $850 USD. I mean, this set has just become astronomically expensive to get. But funny enough, if you're more interested in Usopp and Jinbei and Brook and, you know, the lesser of the Straw Hats, they're fairly cheap. I mean, like $200-300 per card. But honestly, beautiful card. Really nice. All right, so we're back to some more nonsense again. So this is from Royal Blood, or OP10. This is just a rare, guys. And it's sold for $160 USD. What are we doing? What are we doing here? This is one of those moments where the pop count does not matter. The pop count's low because no one was doing this until now. Do not buy. Okay. Here is actually a quick example of how, like, you really need to know your stuff before you buy. So this card also looks like a regular looking card, but if you look closely, there is a second anniversary stamp there on this card. It does kind of change things a little bit, and it does say tournament, right? Because there is a wide array of different type of tournament cards, like we've got super pre-releases and stuff like that. I've got a ton of different cards. I'm gonna save you the trouble, but you know, stamps do matter, weirdly enough, because you get this from a pack, right? You can't necessarily get this from just a pack. You have to participate in store stuff. I'm not going to judge if 200 bucks is worth this or not USD, but regardless, just kind of wanted to throw that out there. We've also got the Bubble Zoro. This is the iconic Bubble Zoro, okay, selling for best accepted offer, which was $15.52. Okay, that's quite a little bit of a discount there, 300 bucks off roughly. Beautiful card. Honestly, when OP14 came out with all those beautiful SPs, this card got completely scalped, if you want to say scalped. Got completely bought out and pumped to the moon. Still a great card. Still a really nice card. We've also got the Manga Ace here from OP13 selling for $1,600 USD. Whoa. Wow. So $1,200 discount. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. That's proof that the price doesn't necessarily mean it's going to sell for that. Pretty low pop count, especially PSA 10, only 1,005. And remember, this is from OP13, which is a anniversary set. So just like OP17, which is coming up, it makes the cards more valuable. But yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so wanted to show this card here because I've had a few people messaging me about Japanese cards and tournament cards and stuff like that. You know what, guys? It's impossible. Listen, unless you're like a super rich person, and maybe you are, you know, it's just not financially feasible to afford the prices of a lot of the English Treasure Cup cards. Now, the reason why Treasure Cup cards in English are a lot more than they are in Japanese is because in Japan, there's a lot more of these that are distributed. So there's a higher population than there are the English. So yeah, I actually went out and got the Japanese version of this card myself. It is a top 8, okay? So pretty cool stuff. Literally bought this card for $100, okay? Very cheap compared to the English counterpart. And I mean, it's still a phenomenal card, guys. It is fantastic looking. It's still got the stamp. Personally, for collectors here, this is a collecting piece of advice. Get these Japanese versions. If you just want the card, but you can't afford the price, just get the Japanese versions. If you want to invest in this sort of stuff, you definitely want the English, because the English cards are way more superior just because there's not as many, which does, in fact, make them a lot more valuable. For example, we've got this Treasure Cup Chopper card here. This from 2024. This thing has exploded. If you actually take a look at the price of this card over the last few months, it has absolutely jumped up in price. Super gorgeous card. And it's got the stamp and everything. I definitely want to grade a lot of my cards. I definitely need to. But yeah, just a little bit of advice there. I like to provide as much advice as I can, even if some of you know it already. Not everybody who watches these are going to know it. But anyways, let's get through the last few videos. We've got the EBO2 Gear 2, Luffy selling for $13,000 USD. Absolutely insane. We've got the SP from OP15, selling for... Okay, 130 point does not want to cooperate with me, but it's below that. And honestly, not too bad of a price for this card. We also got a Gold Rogers card, selling for below 369. We've got the Tony Chopper First Anniversary Chinese set. Really gorgeous set of cards, by the way. Selling for $694. And last but not least, we have the exclusive funny face looking set of promo cards here. Limited Card Collection Volume 1, selling for $580 USD. And honestly, to get them all graded, it's not too bad. Really nice set. But anyways, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video. Video should pop on the screen. Be sure to click it, and I will see you over there. And, of course, this may be the last time you see this background. Maybe not. We'll see. But, yeah, lots of stuff on the go. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.